everybody. It's Michelle and Matt and Suzy and Trevor here from Airdrie Angel. And we just wanted to come on and say hello, well, to each other.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't.
We've seen each other a lot.
And we're allowed to be this close because
we live together. But we want to say hi to Suzy and Trevor, and we want to say hi to everybody that's out there and kind of give you guys an update. But how are you guys doing, Suzy and Trevor?
We're good. We're hanging in there. I mean, we're used to working from home and remotely, so we feel blessed and lucky that way that we're kind of that part of it's not new, but it's been really hard not seeing clients and friends and family the same as, you know, everybody else. And it just feels like, yeah, things have been pretty different, but we're almost getting used to it now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's you know, we do have a little bit of experience working from home, but it just feels like there's no pause from it right now. It's just a continual wake up, go to work, go to bed, wake up, kind of. Yeah.
It's Groundhog Day. Work Groundhog Day.
It's work Groundhog Day.
Yeah. So you're always plugged in now, Trevor, is what you're saying. Always plugged in.
Pretty much, yeah.
How about you guys?
You know what? I'm a hugger. This is really hard for hugging people. For me, I really miss the human contact. You know, I'm also like you guys used to working from home, but man, just being able to hug a friend or clients or whomever, a stranger at this point. I'll just hug anybody.
It's true, huh? But yet everybody's giving you the stink eye and like spreading this far away.
Yeah, and I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's odd. Yeah, I mean, we just wanted to kind of jump on and let people know what's going on, that obviously things for the Angel program with, again, health and safety and social distancing, like we were saying, are you know, making things a little bit tricky right now for the program. So we just kind of wanted to give everybody an update and let you know that, you know, we got things done in time for the March, but for the April story kind of coming up at the end of the month, we're obviously not going to have, you know, kind of what we wanted normal. And there's a few reasons for that. I don't know, Michelle and Matt, if you guys want to kind of talk about that.
Yeah, well, with the program, I mean, there's certainly a lot of contact with people in the sense that, one, when we put the packages together, we have to go out and pick up gift cards and that kind of stuff. But then when I meet with the recipients, I'm literally going into their home, which is obviously not a good idea right now. And of course, I like to give big hugs, also not a good idea right now. Yeah. So we're just being really cognizant of the social distancing and, you know, want to make sure that we're not out at grocery stores or other stores getting gift cards unnecessarily. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons that we've decided to pull off for now. And
yeah, and also there's so much unknown going on with what's going to happen with the economy, and you know, we're hearing, you know, it's terrible. We were just talking about, you listen to all the news, and it's always doomsday stuff, and I'm certainly not going to buy. I've been saying I'm living in a glass half full world for the last, you know, month and a bit. But you know, we've always said we are so humbled by the support that we've gotten from the business community, the community at large here in Airdrie, and we just felt it was time for us to say, hey, let's support you guys. You been supporting us, so it's time for us to support you, and not knock on your door and say, hey, what can you do for us or our recipients this month? Because we don't know what's going to happen, and we don't want to put undue burden on anybody, because we don't want to be that. And we thought we better be respectful of the businesses. Let's get through this together, and then, you know, we'll come back. We'll come back stronger.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're back again.
That makes perfect sense, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's, you guys do so much where you are reaching out and chatting with people, and that seems like that's kind of part of the just kind of the beauty of the program, is that connection, you know, literally. And well, I think it's amazing. Like, Zoom has saved my sanity and being able to talk with people, see people's faces. It's not the same as having real, you know, connection and contact. And Michelle, I know that's a huge part of what you do when you deliver the packages, you know, is actually getting to sit down with the families and meet them and do that. And there's something so awkward and uncomfortable right now about how they've made us all feel about connecting with people. So I think it does make sense to, you know, everybody just needs to kind of make their worlds a little smaller and keep things simpler for now.
And supporting all those local businesses too, because, you know, we're all kind of in the same boat together. And, you know, even just like what's going on with, the financial aid and stuff like that. It all changes day by day. Like, so, even like as a storefront business owner, I mean, your plan and your strategy to get through this must change like minute by minute sometimes, right? Because, every time you turn on the news, there's another kind of different plan or different way they're going to go about doing it. And it's really, I can see what you mean by like right now we just need to kind of support each other and kind of turn around and support those businesses, because just trying to figure this out must be just really, really tiring and kind of scary too, right?
Absolutely. So I think one of the things we want to do is encourage people that if you are, ordering food, order local. If you're still, support local if you're buying stuff, and do the online shopping and all of that kind of stuff, because it means the world to these businesses right now.
Yep.
Every dollar counts and will go toward helping them keep their doors open, because if these businesses can keep their doors open, they can continue to support everyone in our community in multiple ways, not only by having their goods and services available, but also giving back, because we have a really generous community, and now it's our turn as a community to be generous with them.
Absolutely.
Love it. Yeah, it's so true. Yeah.
It's kind of, it's kind of just, saying what kind of world do you want to have after this too, right? So you got to support the people that you want to have around, right? It's nice and convenient to order from Amazon and stuff like that, but like you said, if you can shift your focus to local and kind of help them get through this, then they'll be here when everything gets back to somewhat of a normal life again. And we kind of want them all around, because they're what makes our life cool and fun, and the community and everything. So,
and they're going to be the ones that Michelle has to hug. So if there's no one around to hug, what good is that?
What am I going to do?
She's gonna have a hug-a-thon. We could do a hug-a-thon fundraiser when this is over. And
I mean, I'm bringing back awkward hugs, friends. I am.
God.
I don't think anyone will be awkward after this. Everyone's gonna be like, even the introverts that never wanted to go anywhere are gonna want, to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
You should see when Michelle tries to hug my mom. It's always, my mom is not a hugger. She's not a hugger. No.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, and so we're talking about businesses and supporting them and everything like that, but we want to encourage people to support their community. And Suzy, you had some thoughts around how we can keep encouraging each other to be supportive and helpful. And you guys are also doing something really cool, which I also want you to talk about.
Well, I'll let Trevor talk about it, because it was kind of his idea. But I mean, the website's albertaheroes.ca. And how did it come about, Trevor?
Oh geez. Just kind of, I think it came from my family and watching. I have a brother, a sister, and a nephew who are both frontline nurses, and they're kind of working in all of this. And with my brother and my sister kind of doing their part, I kind of felt a little left out, and I wanted to try and give back, even in just like a small little, like tiny little way. And just talking with my brother and sister, just even how much they really enjoyed the support from the community. Like every time we do the honking of the horns, or we say thank you, or anything,
chalk on the sidewalk, outside the hospital.
They do notice that, like at least that's what I've been told, and it means the world to them, because they're in there doing this, but they're also pretty scared too, right? Because they don't know what this is gonna be, and when's it ever gonna end, kind of thing too. So we just kind of put together a little website where people could send their messages to not just nurses, but like anybody who's kind of still out there keeping our society running and keeping us safe and giving us the ability, like it is a privilege to be able to just hunker down and hopefully ride this out. And there's a lot of people out there that are doing their part to make sure that we get groceries, to make sure that we do get our deliveries, and you know, like right down from like UPS workers to like, you know, all the grocery store clerks to truck drivers, and like there's so many people, doctors, nurses, and I just feel like, you know, we wanted to just kind of create a little tiny website that people can just post those messages thanking them, and then people can go and read them, because it is a lot of, you know, it's a lot of news to take in, and a lot of, you know, bad news kind of every day. You're just getting kind of hit with all the news of how bad this is. And so I don't know, I just like to like, you can go there and just kind of read some of the nice shout outs that people get.
Yeah, and it's super easy to use. I mean, literally, it's like a 2-page website. You go, it just says post your message and post if you want, and you can read all the other messages underneath. And it's albertaheroes.ca. So anyone that you kind of want to think that's essential worker, front lines, I mean, that's just seemed like it's kind of in the, you know, Airdrie Angel spirit of shared joy, and it was something that was close to, you know, our family's heart, and just seemed like it was a really simple thing to do using skills we have, because nobody wants me performing medicine on them. So
well, yeah. Maybe Trevor does, but you know,
maybe.
That's awesome though. I think that's great. You're creating a positive space in the world for great comments and encouragement, and I think that's just incredible. So definitely check it out if you haven't already, and if you have a couple minutes, those comments probably mean the world for people that are working our front lines to read right now.
And I think now, even though it's like I was saying earlier, I'm kind of getting used to just the situation, I think things are pretty intense for them right now, because it's where it's supposed to be worse and bad. So they're on like high alert now more than ever. So I think it's easy for us to just get used to the, you know, way things are. But I think for them, it's pretty intense. Every time we Zoom with Trevor's family, it just seems like they look a little more tired than the last time that they're doing amazing things.
Yeah, it's funny. It's so funny, like how pandemics kind of bring, you know, what's important into focus, like so much. I haven't talked to my sister this much since I used to since I lived with them when I played hockey. I lived with her in Lethbridge. I don't think I've talked to her this much. Like, it's like almost every single day we're Zooming, and at least like, well, every day we're texting. Yeah, I mean, we talk for hours, right? And it's kind of sad that it took this for me to like actually like talk to my family every single day. But you know, that's the good that kind of comes to this, is that, you know, there is good things that will come of this and will come out of this, and kind of a realization of what is a little bit more important in your life. And it's definitely been, I really enjoy all the Zoom conversations I've had with friends and families over the last month. And it's crazy. Like, even people I haven't, even like, you know, getting random text messages that from people I haven't talked to in 8-9 years of like, hey, what are you doing? Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the other thing we had talked about too, that is like the spirit of the Angel program is just random acts of kindness, right? It's just out to anyone with, like, for us, like, even just when I have a random business idea for someone, or I hear something in a podcast, I like just shoot off a little message and be like, hey, I heard this might be a terrible idea, but just a thought. Because you're like, really, like, we're all in this together, and like just everybody knowing that they're thinking of you, and it could be no useful information whatsoever, but I don't know, it just seems kind of nice anyway.
I think it means a lot to people. You know, I've certainly connected with people I haven't talked to in years. And it's just, it's nice because I feel like the conversation is more focused. And, you know, whether it turns into a conversation or whether it's just, oh, wow, I haven't heard from that person in a long time. And, you know, we're thinking about each other during this crazy time. And I think people need to know that people care right now. And a text can certainly brighten someone's day, and, you know, a little back and forth about some funny thing that happened can really change things for some people, because it's hard for a lot of people right now. So I think it's a really good thing to be doing.
Well, and I'd just like to add too, though, there's so much power in the human voice, and there's all kinds of studies of how it helps with mental illness and suicide rates and other things too. So picking up the phone, even if you just get voicemail And texting's great too, but the human voice is very, very powerful. So I encourage anybody, just pick up the phone, and people love to hear from you. Everybody, oh, well, they don't want to hear from me. No, they do, actually. They really do.
Yeah.
And if I can just add one other thing that's that thing's been pretty neat is our kids, they're 11 and 9, brother and sister. Of course, they act like brothers and sisters, and they fight, and they do this and they do that, but we know they love each other. But we also started to see a different kind of bond with the two. Yeah. Because even though we have Xboxes and phones and they can stay in touch with their friends, Lachlan has actually been bringing Smith down to play Roblox and Xbox, and they're staying up late together and playing together, and they're becoming stronger friends.
Yeah.
And in the end, if it creates a better relationship for our kids down the road, then in some way, shape, or form, this is all worth it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I've been focusing on.
Yeah.
It's been cool to see the two of them become really, really good friends. So it's awesome.
That's amazing. I guess in some ways it shows you the power of, boredom for kids anyway, right? Like,
totally.
The power of Xbox or Roblox.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, that's amazing to hear and see, and that is incredible. Like, that's not something you can force, as much as I'm sure parents try. So that's awesome.
Get along.
Yeah. Stop fighting.
Or else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's interesting.
It is crazy though, because like I do miss I work from home and I work a lot, by myself, but I do miss those little things like going to coffee shops, and even like I do really miss doing our podcast, because it was like it was getting out, and you guys are awesome to hang around, and I really kind of miss just hanging with you guys, even just our little, get together meetings where we have wings.
I know. I miss wings and you guys and beer and atmosphere and
yeah. Well, actually, we should probably touch on Daddy Daughter Hair Day, because that's on hold right now, obviously, and will more than likely be canceled, I would imagine. I mean, you know what? If they start lifting the bans, is that what we're calling what's going on here? But we certainly could put the time and effort to try and put it together as quickly as possible, because it's a great family event. But
we have to be respectful of what the health.
And the reality is that it probably won't happen, but
maybe in fall.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, it could be postponed. But it's things like getting together with you guys to plan that, and having some good conversations and ideas about how to make things better for the program. I definitely miss all of that.
Me too. Yeah. But it is easy. There's like a long list of things you thought you had to do every day, and I'd say my list is shorter, but at the same time there's like some key things on it that I'm like, man, I want to get those things back, and you want to that and know how important your community is and your family and friends, and that just all brings it that much closer, I guess, amongst all the hard times for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I think it's great that if people were able to tune in and just hopefully in some sort of way feel like they got to connect with us again here. We will still be sharing stuff on the Angel page and the albertaheroes.ca as well. We'll be spreading the word about that and encouraging people. But we are here. We, of course, encourage people to reach out to their networks and even just say hello, or I need someone to talk to, or whatever the case may be. Your people are here and we are here. So just stay healthy, stay strong, stay connected. And we miss you. I miss hugging all y'all. And we will get back to it soon, I promise.
And share joy. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. Share joy. Share a lot of joy.
Jazz hands.
Oh my goodness.
Jazz hands.
All right. Well,
cool. You guys take care of yourselves.
Yep.
Yeah, you too.